Watching Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
All right, let's get to it, man. We got Doughboy, we got Moose Man, we got Adam 22, and we got Ricky. And this one right here, this is a wild one. This is a wild show. This one is titled No Jumper is Over. Spoety face blower revelation, Spencer Pratt defeated, and more. But anyway, the whole topic of this right here, what these guys are having, it starts off with Adam 22 saying that Spoety face might have brung something to the building. I seen, what's his name? Munchie B said the same thing. He said, man, somebody tried to paint a picture as if I had something that I wasn't supposed to have in the building. Adam 22 said that Spoety face might have had brung his thing inside the building. And Moose Man said, no, that is a topic that you running with, that you got from Whack 100, and you running his narrative. Do it seem like Adam 22 is upset that Munchie B and Spoety face left the building? And you already know, once Adam get into it with you, man, you will become content. You will become the topic of discussion, and he gonna serve you, man. That's what he been doing. It been a pattern. Let's get over here and check this out and see what these guys got to talk about. Let's go.
I'm good with it.
Yeah. What do you feel about, because you came in here, you had a lot of camaraderie with Spoety, you developed, right. You know what I'm saying? You felt like he was a great guy. That's why you even wanted to spar with him podcast-wise and in the ring. What do you feel about Adam running him off?
For the record, J Hood ran him off.
But that was an agent of Whack, which is agent of you.
I mean, that's the narrative that people are running with. But for the record, I asked Spoety face if he was cool with J Hood coming on the pod, and he said yes. And I didn't know that them having a disagreement about Whack was going to result in them basically challenging each other to a fight, which didn't happen because Spoety face went and got something out of his car as opposed to actually engaging in a fight.
What? And that's a Whack narrative that you...
All right, we're going to stop it right there. Let's stop. That's cold, man. That's a cold one. He said Spoety face went to his car and got something. We don't know what he got. I'm not going to say what the man got. I wasn't there. I don't know what he got. But this one right here, it's a cold setup to get you wet up, man. Because now what happened is, by this being said, the man might be getting pulled over now. He might be getting pulled over. So if I was him, if you have been riding, I wouldn't be riding dirty no more. We don't know what these guys is talking about. Only you know what they talking about, if it's true or not. So if you do got a blower, you better not be riding with it no more, man. Because now the whole world know, 5 million people know that you done went to your car, like they say, and brung something out of it. Let's finish it. Let me take it back just a little bit. Now we're gonna just run it. Let's run it. Let's run it. Let me get over here. Right,
running with too, because we don't have any proof of that other than Whack saying that.
Well, I've been told that by various people,
J Hood and Whack,
including people who won't say it on camera.
Are you serious?
I don't know about that.
Okay, wait.
That's not up for debate.
I think that is up for debate. That's straight from Whack and J Hood. That is absolutely
that's
up for
coming
debate.
from people I've talked to, and that's coming from the person who has access to the cameras.
But they went.
Whoa! Hold up. He said that's not for debate. This is what Adam 22 said when Moose said, no, you got that from Whack. You running with Whack's narrative. This is what Moose Man said. Now, we know when it comes to this content, man, these guys will put a 10 on a 2, every last one of them. But Adam 22 just said it's not up for debate because I seen it on my camera system. It's on the camera. No wonder why this video haven't been shown. Because if this is true, they got the footage. They could do damage. Y'all got to be careful, man. You got to be careful in front of all these cameras, man. How many times do we got to see it over and over and over where these cameras is getting dudes caught up? Now, I don't think Spoety would be that crazy to pull no weapon out knowing it's that building is surrounded with cameras. If he is, he's a fool, man. Let's finish checking it out. That is crazy, man. Let's get back over and finish, man. Let's go.
Said that when they tucked off, they went around the corner.
I got cameras up and down this whole block.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. That's a Whack and J Hood theory. We're not believing that as fact right off the bat.
We did see. Okay. How come in that moment you didn't say like, hey, yo, nah. Like, I'm not cool with that.
Who am I to tell two big menacing Crips that they're not allowed to go shoot the friendly. Now, if
You're the CEO.
You exactly. You the supervisor. You got to tell them, no. Y'all go out that door, you're fired. You step outside, you are fired. Leave out of here and get down in my parking lot after we done had the Jay Reed incident in the parking lot. You're fired. Yada, you won't be able to return. Now, I could bet my bottom dollar on it that these dudes is going to return back. I could bet you that. They going to come back, man. You only going to last for so long, but once you done got your face known on this channel, you got to, a lot of people already know y'all for being there. You ain't going to make it on your own channel because you didn't start off booming on your own channel. You started off booming over here. You don't go back, you're going to be done. And I know people going to say, why you telling them to go back? Because they trying to be podcasters. They trying to be podcasters. And this is where they started at. But I bet y'all they go back. Now, if they want to make it and go through the struggle like everybody else did, then I applaud them for that. Yeah, but let's get back to it.
Okay, but what,
you could have made that
They
call.
want to leave the building. I told them, don't do it in my parking lot. They said, okay, we're going to go down the street.
Crips enforcing officers.
If I knew that one of them was going to take it to the level of going and get the whoop-de-whoop, then I would have been more concerned. But if they wanted to just go have a little like friendly in the parking lot, I mean, that's not really my problem, right? I didn't think it was that big a deal.
But it didn't seem like Spoty's energy was matching that. It was definitely a J Hood energy. It was a whack, defend and whack energy. It came from J Hood from the beginning of the podcast. You could tell.
But if you watch it, it's like Spoety was saying things to J Hood that were like essentially like designed to get it to the. But like when you say, "Hey, that's a PC move," especially to someone who has had controversy on the internet because they were on a yard that is not like a PC yard, but a 50-50 yard. I mean, you don't really like say that to somebody like J Hood without expecting that it's going to go there. Right?
No, I understand that, but people are kind of misplacing that because that's after J Hood said we could squabble.
They both
that's
escalated.
After, that's after J Hood, and then Spoty's like, "Oh, you doing this kind of?" He felt like he was cloud chasing. That's why he said the PC comment. I feel like, and then that escalated even further. But J Hood had already said we could squabble. You know, after the pod, we could squabble.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
This is a good debate right here. This is a good debate. I'm going to tell y'all why it's a good debate, because Moose Man, he not letting Adam off the hook. He not letting him off. Anybody else would have been taking Adam's side. This is good podcasting right here, man, because Ricky is doing his part. Moose is doing his part. Doughboy, I see a bottle of scotch over there. I don't know what he over there sipping on, but they all doing their part. And Moose Man is like, you know what? I'm not going to let Adam just run with this narrative. You're going to have to show us the video to prove what you're saying. Let's get back to it.
it was just as surprising to me as everybody. Everybody thinks I have like divine knowledge of how these things are going to play out, and in reality, I thought that J Hood was just going to be a good addition to the pod, and I thought, notably, when I had Munchie and J Hood on the podcast together, I talked about how I thought that it was important that I get them on the same page. I didn't know that there was going to be any potential for conflict between Spoety Face and J Hood, and I didn't know that the whack thing was going to be the thing that like was so serious that they would feel the need to go handle each other out in the parking lot.
But you don't feel any responsibility for you being the person that headed the whack conversation and kind of brought up the things. So Spoety wasn't saying any gay stuff. You're like, Spoty's always saying whack's gay, and then that sparked the conversation that led to the fight.
mean, like, I don't understand how me bringing up a person that one of them likes.
Whoa, hold up. Moose Man said you triggered the whole conversation. This whole incident started because you triggered. Now, we heard Adam just say y'all can't be in the parking lot. Y'all got to take it down the street. Now, we all seen the video when them two walked out. I didn't hear nobody say take it down the street. I surely didn't. But hey, this is their show. This is their narrative. Let's get back to it, man. Let's finish it.
And one of them doesn't like is like why would I think that would lead to them fighting?
Yeah, I don't think it would, but if I'd said that and I didn't think that would lead to them fighting and it did, I feel like I would have a responsibility to diffuse a situation.
No. I don't think that the responsibility comes in there. That's why I asked Adam why he didn't stop it the way that you stopped the altercation happening between Moose and
You're
Wack.
supposed to jump in front of Spoety
You
like
basically
that.
said that you just, because you don't want violence at the building. So even though these are two established Crips, reputables from their hood, you feel like you shouldn't insert yourself in their problems. You are the boss of this building, which gives you the right.
Hey, these guys podcasting. They podcasting. They is not letting Adam ass off the hook. They holding him accountable. They like, nah, man, you the boss of the show. You were supposed to stop it. Why didn't you stop it? This could have went all bad. See, now y'all bringing out a whole new thing, saying that he went to the car and grabbed something. That could have went all the way bad. If that thing, whatever they had, the whoop-de-whoop, like you said, y'all put the blower up in the title. Let's just say if somebody would have got unaligned, it would have been over. It would have been over. So this is why when you got real street cats up in there, you got to be mindful of who you have in the building. All that the streets is dead and all, no, people still got their mentalities and they will still get you, man, and wet you up. And it'll be all bad. It'll be over with. Let's get back to it, man.
To say, nah, like this is a violence-free space, even friendlies.
I could have tried. I could have said like, no, please don't go fight. But ultimately, like if they want to leave the building and go fight, it's kind of like out of my hands, right?
Right.
Yeah, I just don't think it's.
I just in that moment would have liked you to see you be like, nah, bro, like I'm not cool with that. Because
well, if I knew that Spoety Face was going to go and get the whoopty wop, then I would have probably said that. But I thought that they were going to do something that was a little bit more chill. When I found out that Spoety Face was, I guess, not into the whole fair fight thing, that's what kind of blew my mind later on when I realized that, like, oh, I thought they were about to shoot a fair one. Turns out Spoety Face just wanted to shoot somebody.
Also, though, how could
I don't believe.
Wow. What the? Yeah. We didn't know this part of the game. We didn't see this. Only thing we've been running the last few days was a squabble. They supposed to got down or they didn't get down. They didn't take a fade. Now we hearing this part of the game that come on, man, that Spoety Face just want to pop. Hey, homie, man, this is what happened. When you leave this show right here, they own you. They own you. It's over with for you, man. Yeah, I'm doing a reaction organic. I haven't even seen it. This is my first time watching it. Why y'all watching it? Y'all about to watch it. This is cold. It's cold game right here, man. This is a cold game.
You seriously don't believe that?
I really don't believe that at all.
That's crazy.
Just because it came from Wack and J Hood first, and then now
you
it's
really
like
think
from
J Hood would lie about that?
I don't know. I really don't
the
know.
only person who has an incentive to lie about it.
Nah, you said, look, Moose said that you got this narrative from Wack and J Hood. This is what he's saying. It got to be, where's the video at? Well, we don't even want to see the video. But if you need to go take them to the back and say, listen, this is what I'm saying. I seen it here first. These is my cameras. I seen it here.
But it just doesn't really make sense. Like, why would he go outside, even agree to go outside if he was just going to go to the car and get a weapon?
So no punches were thrown. Is that confirmed?
Ain't nobody taking no squabbles out here. What do you lost your mind? You got a few people that get down and squabble, get their teeth knocked out, but listen, man, this is what I'm saying. Y'all not street cats, man. Only the squares gonna say, man, what's wrong with taking the fade and all that? Yes. But y'all forgetting the other side that come with it in all these hoods. Every single hood in LA County, probably all over the world, got somebody homie who didn't smoke they homie. Thinking they was about to get a fade or they knocked their homie out and he came back and smoked them. Yes, that's a coward move. That's what cowards do. But it's a lot of cowards in the streets. All right, let's get back to it. This is going to break the reality down to y'all, man.
That nobody got hit?
Personally, I think punches were thrown because I don't understand how J Hood had an egg on his head and how Spoety Face's glasses disappeared. But I think like Spoety Face and J Hood, basically I know that they got on the phone and agreed to not discuss what happened outside. So that's why I think it's confusing to people and they don't feel like they're getting the full story because they came to an agreement between each other to not tell the full story. But along the way, various people have kind of leaked the full story. So I feel like I have an understanding of what happened. Even
what do you mean various people leaked the full story? You just say you got cameras all up and down the block. You should know for a fact that this happened. And if they decide to keep it quiet, that's cool. We respect that. That's how it goes sometimes. We ain't got to talk about this no more. We got it out the way like grown men. That's why they both saying they respect each other. They both got respect for each other because evidently they didn't turn it down. They just don't want the world. Everybody know they got down. He just said the boy had a knot on his head and his glass was gone. How did he get with the knot? All you got to do is go back and look at the video before they got into the squabble. Was it a knot there? Was it not gone? When he came back, all of a sudden it's a knot. That tells the story itself. But if they decide not to tell nobody, that's between them. They keeping it G, I guess.
even tomorrow, I don't think J Hood's going to sit there and like give everybody the juicy details that they probably want, you know?
It's just still not fair because Spoety doesn't have a whack up here that's going to pretty much tell the story. But in J Hood's favor, he's told me and showed me text messages conveying that J Hood fired on Spoety, and Spoety pretty much ducked it and then went and got the blammy or clutched the blammy. That's what he was trying to portray to me. I just don't want it to be like a thing where Spoety has a whack guy on the pod that's able to challenge to a fight when Spoety will never have a guy on the Adam and Wack show that's going to be checking whack disrespect and being like, I'm standing on the Spoety hill. We could go outside, you know?
To be fair, like J Hood, his attitude on it is like that he's really, really new to the internet because he was gone for so long.
For sure.
You know, Spoety Fish says like I was in prison, but J Hood was in prison like much more recently. And J Hood, like to put into perspective of how green to the internet he is, he was like, damn, I had no idea that so many people hated Unk.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
I see that.
That
yeah,
shows,
he's gonna have a lot of fades.
that shows a
Wait a minute. Hold up. We're going to cover this right. He said, I didn't know that this many people didn't like whack. Right. Now we seen J Hood in jail with the phone doing content. Right. So I don't know if he had time to surf the internet to see what was going on, or he only brung it out when it was time for him to do his show. Because I do know people in jail that do that. They only bring their phones out when they got to call their folks or handle business. They don't even be on the internet. When I was up in there, I think they had MySpace when I was up in there the last time. People don't be on all that Facebook stuff. They have Facebook too. People don't be on that stuff. They might check their messages and because they don't want to get caught with the phone. So they don't be on all that. And this is the thing with whack. A lot of people don't like whack, but what they fail to realize, every time y'all say his name, y'all make him relevant. In order to get rid of somebody, you can't say their name. As long as he got people that don't like him, guess what? The more y'all say his name, the more he stay relevant. He will never fade away, because once you got haters, you doing something right. Whenever you got people that don't like you, you are doing something right in the entertainment business, because that's free marketing. This is what a lot of people that be in their emotions don't understand. Y'all be so much in y'all emotions every time y'all say the man's name. Y'all blow him up. That's marketing. Imagine having a clothing line that you are trying to get off the ground, and you got people talking about this clothing line every day, all day. It's gonna make people curious. Man, let me go buy that shirt, man. They said it got an AC built up in it, or whatever the case it may be. Even if people don't like it, they will still buy it just because people say, man, that shirt ugly, and people gonna wear it just because of that. So the more y'all keep on saying somebody's name every day on here, y'all are a free marketing team. Y'all working for the people. Y'all don't even understand that, man. You stop saying to people, when you stop talking, listen, it was somebody that said, when they talking about you, you're doing something. When they stop talking about you, that's when you're in trouble. All right, let's get back to it.
level of greenness when it comes to the No Jumper fan base and the internet overall that is like, damn, like he thought that this was something that it wasn't, because I mean, all of us know that the whack hatred is a tidal wave, and I've only seen it get worse since he started doing a podcast on No Jumper, you know. So the fact that J Hood was in any way surprised by that was kind of like, oh, I should assume that you might not know things that I would assume that everybody would know when it comes to the internet, because all of us knew that Wack has, you know, a massive army of people who hate him.
Yeah, and that would show
everybody know that, including Wack, that people don't like him. Even the people that know him, they might not like some of the stuff that he does, but everybody know. And that, man, that works, man. Listen, man, imagine if you was in this business and everybody didn't like you. Oh man, you'd be that's it. Well, who is it? Jay-Z. A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people like Jay. Some people don't. Look at Drake. After the diss song with Kendrick, a lot of people don't like him, but the more they talk about it keep him relevant. He gonna stay in the game. All right, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Leave y'all thoughts in the comment section. Y'all go over there and watch the rest at No Jumper, man. This Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. Subscribe to the channel. We almost at 90,000 subscribers. Boy, surely taking a long time to get there. Y'all got to start sharing the video. But anyway, man, let's get it going, man. It's Compton Rick Rock. I'll catch all of y'all on the next one.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rec Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop.